Hello, everyone. My name is Natalie Bomersbach, and I am here because of the Keith Andrew. And it's a pleasure for me to be today here and to talk about the topics that are actually very common nowadays and at the same time very difficult sometimes. I am. I hope that everybody will like it.
The whole point of my talk show is to show you that even with having a learning disability, I can still amount to something. And at the same time, I'm able to turn myself into an example for people out there dealing with any types of learning disabilities and disabilities to never give up and prove people wrong. Prove to them that labels do not dictate who you are and who you're going to be, so prove them you can still amount to something.
Like it.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the KeithAndrewNetWork, episode 1085. That is right, 1085. I'm here as a great guest and this is a special episode because we're now overseas. That's right, the KeithAndrewNetWork, it's globalized. It's been globalized, but it is now globalized. We're in America, Canada, England, Germany, Japan. We interview everyone from different countries. So the first question I want to ask you is tell our audience a little bit about yourself.
Hello, my name is Natalie Bomersbach, and I am an actress and a singer. And originally, I'm from Poland. Yes.
And you can say anything you want, talk about anything. I have no cards up my sleeve. Our episodes are usually PG-13, but our guest has the right to the freedom of speech. Say anything you want, talk about anything you want, as long as you're expressing yourself. That's all that really matters. So, first subject we're going to talk about is icebreakers. When you went to college, what did you major in, and were you a study nerd or party animal?
I never went to the college before, but my plan is to go to the bachelor's right now from psychology. So everything is after me. So, yes.
Oh, wonderful. And what about, did you ever wanted to be a study nerd or party animal? Or were you more like, how would you describe yourself? Were you more like a study person, or were you more like an outgoing?
Definitely, I am the type of person that is um, more into like study alone. If I can tell, um, I was only thinking about to getting a bachelor degrees from psychology, but I am open also for everything else. Personally, I am very open-minded person, and like everything what it's new, what it can be, like better. I can do the research and maybe change my mind, but yes.
You also mentioned that you were an upcoming actress. And
Exactly.
so before you became an actress, what did you major in?
I just finished my high school. That's it. So I am very young, and now I am on the level that I am currently planning everything for my life and for my future. And of course, I would like to combine somehow acting, singing, and college. So this is my main goal. I hope everything will turns out well.
Oh, me too, knock on wood. No, I'm easily distracted, either by a beautiful woman or just the scenery. I'm staring at that skylight. I'm like, that's a really great skylight. Then I was thinking, maybe it's not a skylight. Why would you put a door in like that? But
It's it's just a lab, and then there's like a little tree over there. So, but thank you.
I mean, I'm not an alcoholic. I mean, I drink on special occasions, but I'm thinking that's a weird place to place a door. Why is it sideways? But it,
Well, but yes, it kind of looks weird in a camera. Yes, you're right. But well, I'm weird also, so we need to be weird.
well, it's funny you should mention that. The next question I want to ask you is sports. What were some of your favorite sports events you liked doing when you were a kid and now? And what didn't you like?
So, about sports, I really, really love dancing, especially hip hop. And also, I remember I went to the like some kind of a hip hop group when I was a little kiddo, and that was something that I just adored. Uh, for now, the dancing is just like something that I like, nothing that I love. But what I hated most, I think that was I used to like every single sport when I was a younger. Uh, so that like I like mostly everything.
But for me, I hated running. I have to go to the doctors in a couple of weeks and I have to go on a treadmill. I'm like, well, can I walk the treadmill? Because I hate running. I always hate running because I look so ridiculous when I run.
Uh-huh.
Um, one of the things I do like, but I never got the chance to do them. Did you ever get the chance to do one of those human pyramids, or are you not into the whole human pyramid stuff?
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
I'm a loser. I like that stuff.
The, if I can like go back a little bit to running,
Yes.
um, you're right. Running was something maybe that I didn't hate, but with time, I just used to like it. And for now, I need to admit that running is some sort of like a sport that it's exhausting and it's like all the time, especially for the new members of like when they trying to just start with running. But after that, when you go into used to it, it's just like something very, very refreshing for your brain. So yes.
One other reason I didn't like doing track is, did you ever see Jumbo Book?
No.
There's a scene in the Jumbo Book where they're all marching in line and they end up in a big pile up. I mean, it's fun to sit back and watch, but I never wanted to be the cause of that. So
Yes. Oh my gosh. That'll be interesting.
just trying to make you laugh. That's all that really matters. So the next subject I want to talk about, and it's really cool as we're talking on screen, we have special effects. So this one is it's a guy walking up the stairs. So I'm trying to think of, or if you come up with a name, it'd be really cool. So as you climb the stairs of success, I guess that sounds good.
Yes.
I, I don't know, I'm still working on it. So as you climb as we're climbing the stairs to success, I'm gonna
Mhm.
butcher that word. I need to come up with a better freaking word. As you're climbing those stairs, each step represents a part of life because you're at the bottom and each step it's a different level. You're a beginner and then you're slowly moving up, and as you get halfway, you're more not an expert, you're like advanced from where you started. And as you climb in those steps, and I talk with my hands, force habit, and as you get to the top, you're perfect. Oh, there's no such thing as perfect. Let me ask you that expression. Does practice make perfect, or disability? Does practice make perfect, or does practice make improvement? What is the right term?
So, the practice make improvement for sure. In my opinion, of course. Let's say people are very talented. Like a lot, and they were born with super talent to like anything. It can be like sports or acting, whatever. But to be honest, to improve your skills, in my opinion, you need to practice. If you want to get better, you need to practice. And this is a key for being successful in life. And, you know, just let's imagine that you have in the same line, like 10 people, for example, and the 9 people are practicing every single day, like for example, every single day. It
Don't
don't need
worry,
to
I
be.
have that effect on people.
Yes, but just imagine the line and 9 people were practicing and just want to improve their skills and just being better because they love what they're doing. And this is like most importantly, that they are in love with what they're doing. And this one person is assured that she or he have like lots of talents, so they don't need to practice at all. Well, um, they well,
It's
you know
fine,
what I
take your
mean.
time.
Yes. The answer is just simple. This person going to see others as a better people in some kind of industry, for example, or what they actually doing. And most likely, this one person who is not trying to improve their its skills, going to think that maybe they're not too good, and they're going to start into suffering and to overthinking and over again, just because they also love what they're doing, but just because they used to be with like a thing that they are talented and that's it. It's it can be destroyful in the future, of course, for people who wants to like become someone in this certain industry of what when they are talented in something like certain. So yes, this is my my personal point of view.
Well, I agree with you 100%. And if anyone who's wondering why I'm wearing these goofy filters, is I blink too much, number one, when I'm nervous. And I'm staring directly at you, not to sound creepy or anything, but I'm staring directly at you. But when you're doing the interviews, you're supposed to stare directly at the camera. So right now I'm doing both. So I'm trying to keep my head straight. So it looks like I'm looking directly at the camera instead of having one eye here and one eye here. And by what the hell is wrong with his eyes?
It's okay. you know like for example, me, when I am like stressed, like right now, I am just looking in every single direction, and so it's completely fine.
I've been told I make people drink, but no, don't worry. It's a normal conversation. You're making a new friend out of it. And of course, it's when I first approach someone to be the guest on talk show, they try, well, what are you going to ask me? What are we going to talk about?
Mhm,
And if someone was like you, who's not kissing your ass or anything, but it's cute and bubbly and upbeat, and you can carry a conversation, that's great. And I have index cards,
mhm,
of acting questions. If you're a writer, if you're a producer, there's two groups of people, well, three groups of people that I don't normally interview. I don't interview normal people because I suck at small talk. And as long as we have something that we have in common, okay, we can work around that. The
mhm.
other group I will not mention, but I also don't interview people with, not to sound like a hypocrite, I don't interview people with disformities. If someone's missing a mouth or side of a face, I'm like, that's going to bother it's uncensored, bother the shit out of me. And it's kind of like when I mentioned about I blank too much, I can cover that up. You know, I'm a sensitive person. I'm not a wuss, but I'm very sensitive around certain things. But if you're an actor with disabilities, of course you're more than welcome to be on the show.
Mhm.
But there's also a fine line of I feel extremely uncomfortable, but I kind of have to interview this person. But at the same time, I'm about to jump out of the freaking window. But it's kind of like, so not to sound like okay, maybe I am an asshole, but you need to feel comfortable with who you're talking to. Let me ask you something. Do you feel comfortable talking to me right now?
Yes, pretty sure. Yes.
Well, I
This,
wasn't sure about that. Pretty sure, but
yeah. If I can tell some, like, say something. Yes. For just as a introvert, if I
yes,
can say, this is, sometimes a little bit awkward when I need to, well, like you mentioned before, the small talk. This is
yeah.
like something, no. And when there's like something about, like when you are actually feeling comfortable around some people, or only one person, for example, this is very, very great thing to have when you can find a person, like no matter what kind of person it is, but if you can feel comfortable around this person, it's everything. So just as an introvert, when I am with a big group of people, like, or whatever, I am just like awkward person around them, and I'm like, "Mm, yes, I don't know what I'm supposed to do." So yes, but yes, I feel comfortable.
Yeah, I appreciate that. My aunt used to, I love my aunt. I miss my aunt. She was my favorite aunt, and I actually told her that. But my aunt used to stand there and like just smile and watch. And I'm like, what are you? I said to my mom recently, what is she really thinking? Oh, hi, it's really nice to meet you. Yeah, get the fuck away from me, But it's such a, hey, as long as I'm making it, you have a great time. That's all that really matters.
Yes.
But like I said, normal conversation, making a new friend out of it. But I'm going to ask you about this next one with special effects coming up and right now. The next one I want to talk to you about is social media. What does social media mean to you, and what websites do you use daily?
So, what social media means to me, this is a very interesting question, actually, because social media means nothing to me. I mean, with the followers and everything like that, I am just, I don't really put an effort, to get a followers, or, like just focusing on getting famous, if I can. I don't know. But otherwise, social media also means a lot to me at the same time. That's because sometimes on reels or whatever, I can find a lot of great films, for example, with, like a just great meaning that you just need to understand sometimes in your life, like something deep, and with message behind this certain reel, for example. So that's why it means nothing, and it means a lot in the same time, also because I can just, like keep in touch with my friends. So yes.
Yeah, there's a funny meme or a cartoon skit. If I find it again, I will send it to you. Uh, this guy, remember when Facebook and Instagram went down? So on the same day, they made a cartoon where
Mhm.
someone's like, "Oh my God, where's my Facebook?" I can imitate Jerry Seinfeld a little bit. Oh my God, see how I can do it. Oh my God, where's my Facebook? Or Ray Romano. Oh my God, where's my Facebook? Where's my Instagram? Go, come on, I was just sending a message, and now it's not working. And there's a other guy who walks up to you. It's like, hey, how's it going? oh, where's your phone? He's freaking psycho. And then he walks around like it's, and then he walks
Yeah.
around someone else. Hey, how's it going? Ah, get away from me.
Oh my God. Well.
But it depends on what you're doing. My dad, he's retired. Well, hopefully he's going to be retired, but he doesn't use social media. Different,
Mm,
he's a different stage of life than what I am because he accomplished everything. But for
mhm,
me, and for you, you want to get yourself out there. There's
mhm,
Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. So if you're in the entertainment business, and I keep looking off to the side, I do apologize. If you, that's why I hide my eyes. If you're in the entertainment business, if you're trying to get a job, if you're just trying to get yourself seen, you have to be on social media. If
exactly.
you are the type of person that, to be honest, don't give a shit, and so I've been there, done that, then that's fine. You don't need all this fancy technology. But if you're in the industry that we're in,
Hmm.
and if you need it, it's a must. See, I've been trying to find other solutions. I'm on Facebook, Twitter.
Yes.
I don't use it. Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok. What about you? What
Hmm.
social medias do you use?
Mostly I'm using Instagram, and I use the term sometimes social media is everything for me. That's like just because what do you mention right now? Just because, like, for example, if you would like to have a new job, when
Yeah,
you want to have like opportunity to actually get something. Nowadays, I think social media is everything for everybody. And oh, and of course, like I mentioned before, it's it's not like social medias don't supposed to be like everything that people needs to be, like around, like into the social media, because I think just because of the social media and how the technology is, like is created right now. This is something at the same time very, very scary, if I can tell. People becoming some sort of like a zombies
yeah.
sometimes. Like, for example, today I saw like a little girl who was just, like walking with her phone like this, and she was just watching something on her phone, and like without any sign of light that she is around, I don't know, like people or whatever. And that was scary. So actually, and that's why this is very important, like important, this is very interesting question. So social media is something weird nowadays, so yeah.
There is a picture, or I think it's like a meme. Well, picture is a meme, I
Mhm.
guess, in some cases, of Einstein, um, where he says, I fear the day where people will be addicted to technology. Albert Einstein, and then next thing you know, you have people actually walking down with their phones. I mean, you can't live like that, but hey, if you were ever in the area, I would love to buy you lunch, or we
Mhm.
can buy lunch over the computer.
Yeah.
Just interacting. But if you're always going to be like, and you become socially disconnected, and it's socially awkward. It's like, oh my God, I can't talk to you without my phone. It's like, is your phone a part of you? Are you made of technology? It's like, get your head out of your ass. It's kind of like, it's not a good mindset. That's why, my brother said 15, 20 minutes, and then you take a break, and then you do something else. You can't always be on technology
Mhm.
and mentally, and it affects you mentally, physically. But I do have a couple questions for you off the air, but I do want to hear from you wrapping up.
Uh, I don't really have any Any questions? Yes, but I just wanted to mention what you said right now, and about, yes, still about social media. You're going to become faceless
Yeah.
uh, with a lot of social media. And this is something that people also need to be aware to, like you said, just take a break for, I don't know, maybe like just, to have like a certain time for like daily to using phone, and like maybe rest of the day spend outside, whatever, cooking, I don't know. uh but yes. Oh, and yes, actually, I do have a one question. How do you feel about everything about this conversation and about the topics that we are talking about?
Well, I love building a friendship with you. That's number one. And number two, like I said, and I stand by it. It depends on what you're using social media for. If you're doing it for me, because I have disabilities, I want to show people with disabilities you can still amount to something,
Mhm.
and kind of like build yourself a portfolio of say, look at what I have accomplished and show your work. That's good. If you're just going to screw around on the internet, then you don't need it. And also, you don't deserve it.
Exactly.
Social media and the internet, it's a tool, like most people.
Mhm.
But, but it's hard, just being honest. But like with every tool, it depends on how you use it. It's
Yeah.
same thing with cavemen and fire. Fire bad, but fire can be good. If you use it responsibly, things are fine. The problem is people abuse things and there is no, especially, I'll give you an example about one thing that we can wrap up. New York City right now is a real cesspool. This one person got arrested 17 times, should be
Oh.
in jail. But he gets arrested, and the next day he pays his fine, and then he's back out on the street again.
Hmm.
There has to be a consequence for your action. If you're hurting someone, if you're stealing or robbing someone, or you beat somebody up, your
Hmm.
ass belongs in jail.
Yes.
But there's no repercussions, and that's the same thing for the internet. You can
Hmm.
There's so many celebrities that have imposters, and it's really disturbing why you
Hmm.
want to imitate a celebrity,
Hmm.
but there's no repercussions. The internet should be regulated. You should give them your ID and say, "This is who I am."
Hmm.
And if you do something stupid, then you lose your privileges or you have to pay a fine or whatever. But the problem is everyone's shooting, oh gun ho, and I don't know if it's the same thing in England, and you're from Poland. I don't know if it's the same thing over there. If there's people are not doing things that they're supposed to be doing.
Hmm. um you know um just about those things, like people sometimes are weird. I mean, you know first of all, about nowadays, especially with the technology that we do have, this is so scary what people can do with everything that for example, your image or whatever. This is something unacceptable in my opinion, like when someone can actually steal your identity, yes.
AI.
Yes, exactly. To create something, I don't know, like something. And I think people nowadays, yes, especially nowadays, needs to be very, very aware of what they doing, what they actually, like signing or whatever. Just because everybody, maybe not everybody, but just cruel people, uh, want to have like a very, very evil purposes.
Yeah.
So that's why we need to be aware of people. And what's more, um, it's just terrifying and scary that people like that exist, like evil people, and it's something unacceptable for me, and I will never understand it. But well, it is what it is.
Well, I do have a couple questions for you off the air. Now, stay tuned when we come back from this quick commercial break. This will be only aired on Instagram and TikTok. It's the sit down with Keith Andrew when we come back. But wrapping up our interview, it was a real honor and privilege having you as a guest. I'm looking forward to part two, and until we meet again, catch you later. Thank you, and have a good night.